What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host, JT. My co-host is my dad.
Hey, what's up, JT? Oh man, what a game. Okay.
Yeah. First, don't forget to like.
And subscribe.
Cue the intro music. So the 49ers lost to the Cardinals 24-23.
What a painful loss. Another one.
Yeah. Niners are 2-3 now.
We had to endure all that because we were at the game. It was 100 degrees out there.
Yeah, all that for nothing.
We stayed out there the whole time, pretty much. You know, halftime, of course, took a little break, but we stayed there all the way to the end, and it was not the ending that we were hoping for, huh, JT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Second
man.
half points.
So another last quarter, last second type of a letdown. Um, Second half was terrible, right? Shutout, no
Yeah.
scores, right? All right, let's go over some of the things that happened in the game, huh?
Yes. So the 49ers gave a 50-yard touchdown to Kyler Murray.
And that was on the second play, right? Their second offensive play of the game.
Yeah.
And they ran it all the way down. I think I saw, and I heard it was Nick Bosa. Some other people were crashing in, stopping the run. Totally fooled us. I mean, we talked about it too. We thought they probably Connor had it, ran up the middle, and then we thought they got tackled. He got tackled instead. And it was like, what's happening? And then Kyler Murray starts running down the right side and
Like a toddler.
like a toddler.
Runs like a toddler.
Well, a toddler that beat us, yeah, sure. uh, yeah, so it tricked a lot of people. So, yeah, that was rough. So, uh,
Well, after that, Brent, you got a 54-yard gain in the next drive for the 49ers.
yeah, this was the game where Brandon Ayuk did come out finally. I was thinking it was going to be coming soon. Sooner or later, they were going to start connecting. Ayuk is just too good to just disappear. A lot of people were complaining about him disappearing, right? But I think he's knocked some of the rust off. Hopefully, he'll be like this for most of the season. The old Ayuk that we knew from last season. Um, yep, yeah, he did play well.
Yeah, how come whenever a wide receiver has a really good game, Niners lose?
Right? I mean, he didn't have a career day like Jennings did. Yeah, exactly. That's wrong. We need like 2 or 3 receivers to go off at the same time, not just one. We need to
Asking for a perfect offense?
yes, we have all the players to do it. Why can't we? With the most innovative, offensive-minded head coach in the NFL. Yes. All right. What else happened after that?
Well, the drive ended with a field goal.
Yeah, we've been kind of stalling in the red zone. That's been a complaint uh, since the beginning of the season, and it's been brought up again. It's highlighted in this game. I believe they said we got in the red zone 6 times and only converted 1 touchdown. So um, the offense is sputtering right now. Not too sure what the fix is. We could talk about it though. All right. After that, after we get a field goal, looks like George Kittle helps us out.
Yeah, George Kittle got a touchdown. 4-yard touchdown. And he's like really good this season, I would say.
Yeah, he's been having a pretty good season, although he's been playing hurt. So it's like I don't know how he's going to keep heal fully or close to it if he keeps going out there, never taking a week off, and now this is even a short week, he just got kind of pummeled again, and he's still limited in practice, and he's got to go out again. And these next few games are going to be very important, as they all have been. But since we've dug a little hole, they're even more important now. So it's like now Kittle definitely can't rest and heal. He doesn't have the time. We don't have the time for him to do that. So he's a warrior too. That guy will play hurt all the time. And then there was a sighting of a special teams play, a positive special teams play. Right?
Yeah. After a bunch of after a bunch of field goals that happened, DeAndre Lenore returned a blocked field goal by Jordan Elliott.
Yeah, yeah. That was sweet. I mean, we don't see that too often, but special
61
teams,
yards.
huh?
61 yards.
61-yard return for a touchdown by Demo. That was fantastic. That should be a momentum swing that most teams would turn into a victory or a W, you know? I mean, it doesn't happen too often, and those kind of things really give a lot of momentum to that team. It didn't turn out that way for the Niners in this case, though. So, yeah, we did get a touchdown off of special teams. But something else in special teams went wrong on the opposite side, right? Jake Moody did not kick it out of the end zone on a kickoff, and it was short. It was ended up being returned by the Cardinals, and once again, our special teams um, kind of faltered, opened some lanes for the return guy, and Jake Moody felt it warranted him to try and almost be the last person to get a chance to stop him from returning for a touchdown. Jake Moody went for the tackle and got hurt.
Yeah, but you're saying it's kind of his fault because like he didn't kick it out of the end zone.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think of the different things that could have happened that should have happened, where then he wouldn't have gotten hurt. So first thing is him kicking off and getting a touchback like he has been doing. Secondly, the coverage team for us should do a better job and cover their lanes and not let the return person, you know, I mean, this is a pivotal time in the game. We needed to be our best, but the special teams was not once again. And they allowed him to return and almost get a touchdown. And Jake Moody might have saved it from a touchdown, but in doing that, took himself out for I think about a month or so, if not longer, with a high ankle sprain. Right.
Yeah,
So
4 week IR.
that was a costly tackle, and that shouldn't have been needed in the first place for a couple of reasons.
Yeah, he probably will go on 4 week IR. I think.
Hmm. We'll see. If he can maybe get back in 3 weeks, then they might not put him on IR. They don't want to keep using these IR spots. They've gotten so much injuries. They're going to try and maybe save some. If they can be back in 4 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks, then you don't need to use IR. I mean, you could if you want to open up a spot, but they got to be a little bit more picky and choosy since they have a limited amount of IR spots for returning the same season for those players. You only have so many, so got to be choosy. We'll see.
Yeah, and the 49ers signed Matthew Wright, probably
He
the replacement.
he was with the Niners in the training camp. I heard maybe last year or something.
Don't remember him.
Me neither, but that's what I heard. uh, Overall, his career percentages are pretty much exactly the same as Jake Moody. So we don't lose much with this guy. Anybody off the street would be just as equal to Jake Moody, unfortunately. So, but we're paying him a lot of money since he's the third round pick. Used a high draft pick for that. So, you kind of see some of the arguments of not spending too high on a kicker because they're all about the same. You'd be lucky to get maybe the top five kicker. Most of those guys are not even drafted, like Aubrey.
Off the street.
Yeah, same year as Jake Moody too. So yeah. All right. So Jake Moody's out, uh, but the defense comes back, helps out.
Yeah, Nick Bosa. He didn't get a sack, but he got an interception.
Yeah, that was a pretty sweet play he did. Stayed kind of low. Murray threw the maybe a screen pass, something like that. Bosa just popped up and broke some tackles and ran back a little bit.
At 30 yards.
That was pretty good.
Second career
That's another thing.
reception.
How many?
Second.
Oh yeah, the one. Yeah, that's right. I forgot what team he was against that time.
And Thursday.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. Um, I think you're right. Um, yeah, what a play. But that also should have given a lot of momentum, but not enough. I think we kick a field goal at the end of that one. We can't even get it in to the touchdown. That's the problem. We're not getting touchdowns here. We're getting field goals. We're getting help from special teams with touchdowns. We're not scoring a whole lot of touchdowns. So that's really killing us. Um, and since Jake Moody was out already, who kicked that field goal?
Mitch Wisnowski.
Yeah. I don't think it was very long, maybe a 30 something yarder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was surprised he made it. You thought Juszczyk might be kicking the field goal.
He was practicing.
That's true. Yeah. I don't even knew that, but you were calling out Juszczyk to kick the field goal. He probably could have done it. Yeah, man. Woo! Yeah. So Wisnowski can do both, but I wouldn't count on him being able to kick field goals, on a normal basis. So I'm glad we signed some kicker, and he'll do just fine. Cross my fingers. Okay. So after that, I believe the next big play, we drive down the field. We're commanding the whole thing. We're down at what I think the 8 yard line on the Cardinals side. There's a little over 6 minutes left. Looks like we're just gonna score a touchdown or run the clock out some more and just take the lead even more with a field goal or a touchdown.
And then Jordan Mason fumbles.
Yep. Yeah, he ran to the left, got piled up. Some people tackled him. He spun around. He was facing
Falling
the opposite
down.
direction, and somebody punched it out, and there goes the ball. So um, we lost it there. I mean, we lost the ball um, and the game basically. The Cardinals drive all the way down. They score touchdown, right?
Oh, that was a field goal.
That was a field goal. Okay.
Yeah, and then Brock Purdy, the interception after that, which sealed the game. And he
Yeah.
had 2 picks in the entire game.
There was some sort of 2 point conversion too, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. That was the
So,
game changer.
so that was a
Cause
touchdown then. It was a touchdown, then the 2 point conversion, right? And they were up by then they led by what a point or two? Uh 1 point, right? 24-23. We had a chance to drive down. Um there were some other opportunities we had, but we couldn't kick a field goal because we didn't have Jake Moody. We couldn't do a long field goal. So we went on a fourth down and try to gain something, but did not happen.
Yeah. And then another reason on defense, I would say Niners lost is because of no pressure really. I know Kyler's a fast guy and a elusive quarterback, pretty no one to play against, but only one sack is not good at all, especially for the defensive line that has such high expectations. But at least Leonard Floyd got a sack.
Yeah, he got a sack. You got 147 yards with over 8 receptions, which was good. Jordan Mason had a good game. Not great in the beginning, but blew it up later on. Ended up with 89 yards, 14 carries, but that fumble really turned everything. I tell you, we had everything in command, and with a two-score lead, I think we could have gotten a three-score lead if we got a touchdown or something. But yeah. uh, really difficult to talk about that, but um, tough game, tough loss. So that's another division game we lost. That's two.
Another
So
upcoming one.
another, yeah. So we're going up against Seattle next. Short week since it's on a Thursday night game in Seattle. That's never a good combination of an away game, short week, coming off a loss.
It's a loud stadium.
Yeah, pretty loud stadium. Yeah. A lot of things are not working right. Defense is not working right. I don't
Robert
know.
Sala.
But like the coverage is not great. The safety play has not been good. Warner's been hurt. Campbell's not playing well. The D line is not putting consistent pressure.
Traverse Ward's bad now.
He went from all pro to
The Keller
all bad.
Witherspoon.
Kelly Woods, yeah. Um, Offense is just sputtering. We're not getting touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Um, Purdy is doing okay, but not great. He's scrambling like for like 10 seconds or something, you know. Yeah, we used to. It's very timed and quick, but now he's running around too much.
I think it's
You
the
know,
checkdowns.
he needs to throw to the checkdowns. I've seen Jordan Mason just standing there, nobody around him. He could have thrown for like a 6 yard pass and some yak after, but Purdy just ignores him and still scrambles left to right again and again, trying to get something happening. But where penalties happen too, when you're holding or something, nothing goes well if you're scrambling that long. Too often seems to do it. I don't know. We're like one of the last teams in yak yardage too now, and also very low play on the play action too. We don't do play action as much as we used to. So we're going away from everything that Shanahan used to always do. Okay. Anyways.
More negative.
Oh, more negative news. Okay. What we got?
Injury report. There's a lot of injuries.
Yeah, we're going on the fifth game of the season.
Yeah. Hufunga injured again.
Yeah, he's getting the injury prone label right now. He comes
Three different
back.
injuries in like 4 weeks.
Yep, injured something else. Ankle, I think it was. Now it's a wrist. Um, or just bad luck. I don't know. Who else?
Of course, Jake Moody, high ankle
High
sprain.
ankle sprain, yeah. So looking at maybe 4 weeks for both of them at least. Ufunga too. So they're
Yeah.
talking about IR with the chance, with the possibility of returning for both of them. Definitely Moody. Ufunga. We'll see what happens.
How long's Greenlaw out for?
He probably won't be back until maybe November, late November, I think.
Oh, I was thinking like he'd come back for the Chiefs game.
No, I don't think that's
That'd be such a
close.
cool story. And then McCaffrey come back, maybe Pearsall,
Yeah, that would be really
and then
cool.
Greenlaw against his team that he tore his ACL against, or Achilles.
Well, we need to get new referees, ones
Yeah,
that aren't like paid off by the Chiefs.
yeah.
Anyways,
Hopefully, the refs aren't that big of a problem against the Chiefs. And theirs go against them, but they probably will be,
they
just like
have
in the
been.
Super Bowl.
They have been. But just looking at the last game the Chiefs played against the Saints, people were talking about now online saying that should have been a pass interference. Anybody else that would have been a PI, but because the Chiefs, it was the Chiefs that did the PI. Nope, no call. Right? Cooks on Olave, I think it was cornerback on the Saints receiver. Okay. Who else? Anybody else? Any big time injuries?
Well, I'm just gonna tell you who practiced and like who's limited and stuff.
Okay.
So it's Tuesday. Jordan Elliott did not practice. These players did not practice. DFF, Hufanga, and Jake Moody. That's not that. It's not that bad.
No, not that bad.
But limited in practice, Jair Brown, Chris Conley, George Kittle, Travis Ward, and Fred Warner. Bunch of all pros.
Bunch of all pros, and they've been on that limited practice list for a while. Like Warner and Kittle. At least Conley is coming back a little bit closer, it seems, uh, since he was
Yeah.
out last game.
And the Niners opened the practice window for Ricky Pearsall.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought I read that they weren't doing it this week.
I thought they did. I thought I read that.
Um, I heard Cowie was doing better. He might be full
Oh,
practice.
sorry. It's won't. Sorry. I thought I saw.
Okay, yeah. I guess they're in no hurry to get him back in. I don't know why they drafted him then. I mean, I if they want him to heal for whatever reason, other
For whatever
things,
reason,
heal or
he got
whatever.
shot.
I know, but there could be other reasons too. Emotional reasons. Psychological reasons. Because he got shot too. Is he in football shape? Can he get in football shape while still recovering from this wound? So it's those. Yeah, of course, it's related with the gunshot wound.
And then Callan was full participation.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Trent Taylor was Mr. Conservative. It's the Cardinals.
Did he even play?
I think he was a returner, but he didn't like return it at all.
Oh, okay, yeah. Gotcha. All right. And how about the big news that you had kind of hinted on earlier? The big news this morning, you told me.
Robert Sala got fired.
Bye.
The Jets or Aaron Rodgers.
And I feel like Aaron Rodgers has had a big say in this and kind of possibly caused this to happen. I wouldn't be surprised because he didn't seem happy with Salah. So he kind of, used threw his weight around and kind of did a LeBron James thing and got the head coach fired. And but they just gave. I heard Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, he's going to be taking over as head coach, interim head coach. So he's not going to get any type of offensive head coach or anything. Aaron Rodgers, that's what he was shooting for.
Yeah. But also, what was Nick Sorensen's position before defensive coordinator?
I thought he was like a secondaries coach.
Yep. Demoted of that, and then hire Robert Sala.
Demote him back. Well, there's somebody right now in, secondary coach
We'll
already.
fire that person.
Oh, he didn't do anything wrong.
He made Travis Ward bad. fire him.
Well, that's the
He
thing.
can't condition any of his safeties.
Since Sorensen
Oh, wait, one more
is
thing. He put George Odom against Justin Jefferson on the. No, he didn't run that play, but like
Nick
still,
Sorensen called that, right?
yeah,
He called the play.
but still,
And he's a secondary. He was a secondaries kind of coach, so that was his specialty. How come the secondary is playing worse than it ever has with a secondary coach running the defense, right? It doesn't make sense. Well, the whole defense is kind of not playing up to snuff. So, yeah, there's been talk about Robert Saleh maybe coming to the Niners, but he supposedly has hinted that he does not expect to work uh, rest of the season. He's going to take some time off and hang with his family and spend some time there, and then plan what to do after that. So, if anything, Robert Saleh could be with the Niners next year, or he might just want another fresh start somewhere else as DC, or maybe even head coach as a college head coach. Who knows? But I don't know. To come back to where you started, I feel like it's a step backwards. I think if he wants to grow and learn, he'll need to go somewhere else. Maybe I don't know.
or if you want to easily boost up your stock and like be hired in a year after you're hired, you can come to the Niners.
You think he's gonna get hired again? Well, maybe we'll get another draft pick for
Yeah, it would be infinite loop.
him. Infinite loop, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I think Shanahan said that Salah's not gonna be coming back here this season, and Sorensen is locked in as DC right now. That's what Shanahan said. So,
I don't trust him, he says.
yeah, he could. Sorensen could still be on a short leash. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Salah and D'Amico Ryans both had slow starts to the defense. It took a little bit of time before they figured out their groove, and then they got hot.
I thought
Um,
D'Amico was like a good day one.
I think there was some bumpy spots where you're like, "Is this guy the right guy?" I don't know. I thought I remember that, but um, there's always some times that you kind of question. It's like, does this guy know what he's doing? It's his first DC job. So same thing with Nick Sorensen. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, that wraps up for today's video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And hopefully the Niners win against the Seahawks. They
Yeah.
really need this win.
And once again, yeah, it's a must-win, get right game. Using that
Yep.
label too many times, but yes. All right, we'll do the preview tomorrow for
Yep.
the Seahawks game. All right.
And goodbye.